Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know how many people we are waiting, but I know we are a bit on schedule, so I'm going to start. Do you see the PowerPoint I'm sharing?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, hi everyone, thank you for joining this morning. My name is Florian. I work in Eurocircle in Marseille, south of France. I've been collaborating with the Analyse Foundation, with the French network and also the foundation in Alexandria to organize, we've been organizing already 2 Young Med Voice debates. One into, I'm happy to join you today and to present to you a bit about my organization and my work. So my organization, a few words about my organization, Eurocircle. So we are a youth non-profit organization. We're based in Marseille and we've been created almost 25 years ago. And we mainly have three kind of activities. So the first, yes, sorry. I thought someone's. Okay, so we operate a lot of mobility programs and volunteering for young people with difficulties, with few opportunities. That's one of our target groups. We send about 300 people per year in a different kind of program, Erasmus Plus programs, internship programs abroad, etc. So we send them mainly in Europe, but also worldwide. So that's our core activity. Our second activity is to develop European cooperation projects in the field of non-formal education, social inclusion for vulnerable groups, and also innovation about mainly in the field of helping young people access to the labor market or trainings or etc. That's the second activity. And the third activity is to promote active citizenship and international awareness at the local level. So that's the department I'm working in. We belong to a center, network, information center, or a network managed by the European Commission. The network is called Europe Direct. So that's where I work, and we have this role to inform citizens about what is Europe, how it works, what kind of rights it gives to the citizens, etc. And one of our main tasks is to reach young people who have no interest in what Europe is about and who are not really exposed to this kind of activities. So our main target groups, we call them needs. So for not in education, not in employment, or not in trainings. Here in Marseille, we have a lot of young people. I think we have about 25% of the young people who are with low qualification, who are school leavers, who have different kind of socio-economical difficulties. And that's the kind of people we want to reach to interest them in what is going on in the world and in all kind of political topics. So I have given you a brief overview of our activities, and now I'm going to present 3 projects we have to reach those young people. So the first project is we are developing a YouTube series. It's 6 sketches about Europe. Each sketch has one little topic on European issues. One is about environment, another one is about digital, etc. And we have contracted YouTubers and influencers to play in these videos also those are YouTubers who have nothing to do with political affairs. Most of them, they are doing about football. I don't know the Olympique de Marseille here in France. We have a very nice team, and there is a lot of YouTubers doing videos about this. So we have contracted people because they are quite popular among youngsters, and we hope through their their channels and reach those people, because it's always difficult to interest them. So we have about 8 YouTubers, and they have about 2.5 million followers in their different social media. So it's a very good way, we hope, because the series hasn't been launched yet, but we hope we can reach young people this way. And this project, for example, it's funded by the European Commission. So we hope the project will work, and we will have a lot of views, and we will satisfy the Commission expectation on this project. As I have never been doing this kind of project, so it's a bit of an experiment. The second project we have, we are developing a video game through a digital application. It's a video game that you play outdoor. It's a bit like Pokemon Go, if some of you guys know. This video game you take the place of a group of 3 friends who are chilling out in the beach in Marseille, and they noticed that there is a migrant with young people, racist, etc. So the game is about helping these migrants to escape those attackers. So this project is funded by the Bosch Foundation in Germany. And this project is very cool because it answers a need we have. We have a lot of demands from teachers, from youth workers who ask us to make some activities with their groups. And we have so much demand that we cannot answer it for. So we have this idea to develop this game. So it's a ready-to-use tool for those youth workers, those teachers who want to introduce the thematic European thematic, citizenship and migration to their groups, and they can build a pedagogical project after they play this game. The game is actually very poor in information. It has just a few points. And but we wanted it we wanted the game to be very poor in information, so it doesn't appear like an educational tool. It's mainly a game, and after that we hope we have their attention to make some more activities with them over these topics, because also it's complex to introduce those topics to these young people with low interest in political affairs. And also what is very good about this project, it belongs to 10 other projects funded by the foundation in other places in Europe. And we have two academician teachers in United Kingdom who are going to run an evaluation, a complete evaluation of the projects. And so we will know if it works, if it's a good method, a gamified approach, a good method to reach those youngsters with a low political background. And the third project we have is we are building a youth parliament over the Alpine region. So this project is going to start in December, and we had a very good opportunity because there is something called EU's Alps, so it's a strategy, European strategy for the Alpine region, and it's actually an empty shell. So we had contact with the organizers of this, well, the responsible for this strategy, and we've been discussing about the opportunity to include young people in this strategy, promote youth engagement. And since it was empty shell, they were very glad that we proposed this project. So it's a cooperation project between France, Germany, Italy, and Austria. And we are going over 1 year to build this parliament, and we will have 3 encounters where we will have about 50 youngsters, and they will be the policy makers, and they will invite politicians, experts, etc., to come and explain them what they are working on, and also so we want to reverse the roles. So the youngsters are in charge, and we invite the policymakers to explain them what they are doing. And we hope at the end of, since we are actively involving politicians all over the project, we hope they will be more attentive to what the young people want to address them. And that's also one of the challenges we have. I've been working in Eurocircle for about 2.5 years, and that's a challenge we have to include, to effectively include young people in the democratic process. So I know that that's also what you are doing in the Young Mediterranean Voices program to lobby and to advocate high-level politicians with this youth inclusion and youth empowerment topics. Okay, so that was it for my presentation. I leave you here my contacts for anything. If you want to contact me, feel free to do so. And so I'm done here. So I will be happy to have some feedback from you and questions eventually.
Florian, can you,
Yes.
thank you so much for your presentation. Do you can tell us a little bit about how it was that YMV alumni participated in some of your events? Like maybe you can tell us about the most recent one a few months ago in May with the debate, just kind of so as an idea of how this intercultural dialogue kind of goes into your work on a practical level.
Yes, okay. So in June, we have organized the Young Med Voice debates. We had one member of European Parliament and one local politician who is actively involved in the Mediterranean topics. And we have a network called Young Mediterranean Citizen Assembly. And they have this big event in June. So we have transferred it online, and we had 2 debaters from a Young Med Voice program, and we also identified 2 young debaters while they were 17 or 18 years old, and so we had a round of workshop with them to train them to include them in the debates. So they are prepared because they are not used to address high-level politicians. And also it was quite a lot of work to prepare the politicians, because they are sometimes afraid to discuss with young people. They're afraid to be asked tricky questions or this kind of things. So it was a lot of preparatory work, but it eventually happened. And yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Florian. This is Eli. I have also a question. A really interesting thing you said is basically engaging young people, which is an issue, I think, everywhere. So the ideas you've came with, you know, the YouTube series, I think it's called Crash My Couch. I was looking at it on YouTube. I couldn't find it, but if you can send
Not
us the
online
link.
yet.
So you didn't have any beta versions yet? Okay. And the gamification are really, really good ideas. And I think it would be good to share the evaluation results, because this can, you know, teach us a lot about how to engage with young people, because you know, sometimes you need kind of an incentive for the young people to you know, to hook them, because if you talk to them about decisions, you know, related to their future, they might not get interested, or you know, they would say, you know, it's not my role or it's not my turn. So it's really interesting to see how you can get young people engaged when things are really difficult for them. You know, they care about sports, maybe about other things, movies, etc., culture, but not really political. You know, political. It's in the way that political engagement, but it's not just, you know, who to vote to, but in general about accountability and the big discussions. So it would be really good to see how you were able to overcome this engagement of young people.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for your feedback. And yes, it's always an assumption I have in my project that it must not be pursued, seen as educational tools or method. It should always have this very playful approach. And the first objective is first to gain the trust of the young people, not to be presented as someone who wants to educate them, who wants to approach them with boring topics, let's say. So I always try to have this user experience. I try to think, okay, if I was this kind of people, how would I be interested? What kind of steps should I take to reach these political topics? And that's why we are doing this with football YouTubers and video games, etc. So we hope this is the hooking function of these projects to the next steps. So when we do workshop with them, they are more attentive and they're more interested and engaged.
Great. Yes, absolutely. It's a brilliant idea. Thanks for sharing that, Florian.
Thanks. Okay, if we still have some minutes, so if there is someone else who wants to talk, or
yeah, I have another question. Well, thank you for your presentation. It was amazing to see what's the job that your organization is doing, and I'm very interested about how do you manage to get in touch or to access to those youngsters who lives in disadvantaged neighborhoods, for example, or the ones that, well, as I said before, they are not expected to go to the university, not even to finish their high school education. So are you in contact with high schools or local leaders or something like that? How do you manage to do that? Thank you.
yes, yes, it's indeed our main target group, those youngsters who are school leavers, who are unemployed, etc. So we cooperate a lot with all the kind of territorial stakeholders, so the social workers, youth workers, unemployment agency, etc. So they redirect us. They're youngsters who come to them and who have this profile of school leavers, and so they send us a lot of youngsters, and we offer them the opportunity to go abroad with our volunteering and mobility programs. So that's also a lot of our activities. And me for we are well identified in our territory as for educational citizenship educational topics. So they come to us naturally, and we cooperate a lot with them. We prepare when we do workshop, we have a lot of preparatory work with their teachers or youth workers, etc., because they know the best their groups, and we really rely on them to have effective workshops, so the youngsters, they gain something at the end. But also we've been doing this for 25 years, so it also helps a lot to be recognized in our territory. Yes. I hope it answered your question.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, 24 years, it's a great way. So thank you for sharing. We are just starting, and I hope we can get the level that you are working for, or you are doing. So thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. And well, if you're starting, yes, well, first, it's very good to start your adventure. And yes, there is a lot of networking to do, and it's not very easy. But yes, it's important to know who is in charge in your territory, who can effectively advocate for you, your project, your structure. And yes, try to find your like influencers and the kind of people who can talk about your project and the activities you want to do. And yeah, keep that in mind.
Yeah, Florian, that's great advice. And also,
sorry,
Carmen, go.
No, I just wanted to say that it was so inspiring. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate your feedback. Thank you.
Just kind of one small note from us. What we really appreciate in Eurocircle is the fact that there is this recognition of where they are. So Marseille is a very kind of a multicultural, multilingual city, indeed, with kind of social issues that need to be recognized and tackled with. So I think that this organization that's doing that very well to recognize what the social fabric is. And yeah, I mean, as Young Mediterranean Voices, a Euro-Mediterranean program, it's really important to know where we are placed within our countries, within our communities, and between us. So yeah, I think, Carmen, this is a great departure point and a really good example.
Yes, and it's very good to have the Annalyn Foundation doing giving these opportunities with the programs and you develop. So we are actually connected. There is this place where we can meet, where we can exchange, etc. And that's how also we find people to cooperate. Okay, so I suppose we are done, or if there is more questions.
Hi, I was hoping if you could answer one more question before we're done.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your presentation, and really congratulations on the work you're doing. And I must say that having a YouTube channel and a game is so innovative and creative. But I also have one question in the context of debating and spreading tolerance and open-mindedness and things. What is the impact of your club about the racism against certain minorities, maybe not minorities, but migrants or immigrants in France? And did you face any problems last year, or maybe during the manifestations of Les Gilets Jaunes last year? And thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much for your feedback and your question. It's actually a problem, the evaluation. How do we assess the impact we have? Because we do a workshop with kids for 1.5 hours, and then we don't know what happens next. So that's why I'm very happy with the video game projects. So we have a complete evaluation done by professionals and academicians. So we will have 200 youngsters taking part in this evaluation phase. They will take a questionnaire a few weeks before the activities, another questionnaire just after the activities, and a third questionnaire 3 months after the activities, so they can actually assess the impact of the evaluation. So that's very good, because I always wonder if what I'm doing, the workshop we are doing, if it works or not. So yes, that's sometimes it's a nightmare. You don't know how. It's very hard to assess the impact of your work when we are talking about active citizenship or political education, because it's a lifelong process. So that was to answer your first question. And the second question about the yellow vests, yes, it was quite something in France. We did not really get involved in that because we do not we don't take political positions. First, because we belong to this network of the European Commission. We work a lot with European fundings and public fundings, so we cannot take political positions. And yes, we want to help people in general, and especially youngsters, to develop a critical mind. And yes, that's our job. It's not our job to take political positions, but to help people, to give them keys to understand the situation. And that's tough sometimes, yes, because we also have our own opinions, and to dissociate your own opinions and the public image of your organization. Yes.
Great. Thank you so much. So everybody, I think we're ready to close and to wrap up. There will be a very short questionnaire coming to this chat room in the next couple of minutes. Here we go. Quick poll. So if I could kindly ask you to take the poll. And once you've done that, we'd like to say our thank yous and our goodbyes to the people presenting. I see Ahmed here. Thank you, Florian. Thank you, everybody who supported today and that was around. And we hope to see you on Monday in the high-level policy dialogue, in which we will hear the best policy recommendations that have come out of this event. And after, in the youth-led consultation, the youth-led consultation actually aims to bring out views and opinions from you, which both we as the Anna Lindh Foundation and the Young Mediterranean Voices program, but also on a Euro-Mediterranean level, we really hope to use as the opinion of youth as we're building the new programs for the next few years. So please, we really would love to have your voice as part of these discussions. So thank you, big thank you from us, and we hope to see you on Monday. I hope this was a good morning for you and you enjoyed your time.
Thank you, Alada.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Thank you very much.
Florian. Thank you, Ahmed.